it's Dolly here at Witch Sisters. It's that time of year again. It's time for Yule. I wanted to make this tutorial video for you today about one of the older Yule traditions, but one that isn't commonly practiced much anymore, especially here in the US, and that is the Yule Log. This is my Yule Log I put together for this year. We'll get into the tutorial here in just a sec. Now, the history of the Yule Log goes back millennia. Our ancestors would burn a Yule Log on the night of the winter solstice. Winter solstice, of course, being the longest day of the year with the shortest amount of daylight. They would burn the Yule Log in hopes of keeping all the evil spirits away. Alright, let's get into the tutorial and I'll see you back here in just a sec.
Alright, witches, let's get started. Now, the first thing you're going to need, of course, is your log. You want between a 14 to 18 inch log. The kind of wood that you choose is completely up to you. Different woods do have different meanings and symbolisms, and I'll put those for you down below in the description box. This one is pine. This is actually a piece of last year's Yule tree. And when the holidays are over, I like to take my Yule tree, take all the decorations off of it, put it outside in the yard, out in a place where it's not going to be bothered and it's not going to be in the way. Just let it dry, cut a big chunk off of it, make it this year's Yule Log. Next, you're going to want some ribbons. I have 3 different colors here. I have white, red, and kind of greenish gold. White, red, and green being the classic Yule or Christmas colors. Now, you do want a natural kind of ribbon. You want like fabric or you want paper. You do not want any synthetic ribbons like nylon or plastic, because you are going to eventually burn your Yule Log and you don't want those synthetic ribbons giving off any kind of toxic fumes. Then you're going to want some various greeneries to decorate with. You can use any kind of greenery that you want, be anything you find out maybe on nature walks or out in your yard. That's where I got most of this from. I have some pieces of evergreen, some pieces of ivy off of my 100-year-old ivy plant that's growing. She's absolutely gorgeous. Some various other pieces, greenery. And if you want, you can add some candles. You can add pretty much anything you want to your Yule Log. Just make it how you want it. Remember, there is no right or wrong way to decorate a Yule Log. It's however you want to decorate it with whatever you want to decorate it with. Alright, so to begin, we're going to take our ribbons. Now, you can put each of the ribbons, wrap it around your Yule Log individually if you want. But this year, I've decided to braid my ribbons together. This took probably about a 4.5 piece of each of the ribbons, knotted it on one end, left about 8 inches of free tail left, braided it, tied it in a knot, another 8 to 10 inches free. All right. Just gonna take it. You just want to wrap your ribbons around your log. You don't want these ribbons too tight, because a fun thing to do before you burn your Yule Log is to have everybody in the family write down on little pieces of paper a wish or something that they hope to happen in the coming year. And you tuck those, right before you burn the log, tuck those under the ribbons before you burn your Yule Log. So you don't want the ribbons too tight because you want to be able to get the papers under there. Alright. Put your ribbons around there. And start adding in your greenery. Tuck all your greenery under the ribbons. I do know some people that do Yule Logs, they like to hot glue all the greenery on, which is perfectly fine. If you want to hot glue your greenery on, go right ahead. But I don't think that's very traditional, because back in the day, our ancestors did not have access to a hot glue gun. So they would have just slipped them under the ribbons. So that's what I'm doing. But if you want to, go right ahead and hot glue them on. And just keep adding and adding until it's the way you want it to be. Keep tucking these under. Pull your tails out. Right. Just add more greenery, or however you want to do it. I like to try to leave a flat spot up here. I like to put a small votive candle. Just set it right on top. You don't have to, but I think that's really pretty. That's not stuck under it. Take my ivy. I like to put the ivy underneath it all. They kind of trail out the sides. You of course want to take your time when you're doing this to make sure it's perfect. And then I would just set the candle on top. Like I said, take your time. Make sure it's absolutely perfect. Alright, I'm going to work on this a little bit and I'll see you back.
Welcome back, witches. Well, here we are, the completed Yule Log. Now I like to make my Yule Log a couple weeks in advance and use it as a holiday table centerpiece. They look beautiful, surrounded by other greenery and candles, as you can see here. And then on the night of Yule, that's when you would take it out. Have everybody, as I said in the tutorial, have everybody write down a wish or something they hope to happen in the coming year. You tuck it under the ribbons before you burn the log. But remember, you don't tell anybody your wish. You keep it to yourself in hopes of it coming true. So for all of us here at Witch Sisters, we want to wish you a blessed Yule and a very Merry Christmas.